Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man, at your services. Yes, that is indeed the Works laptop that I've often spoke about in hushed, aggrieved tones. And I'm talking to you now in a brief respite because yet again, the Works system has gone down. Yes, thank you. The gods of skiving have smiled down upon me yet again. Not just me, it's everyone. None of us can work at the moment. Let me just check. Yeah, it's still down. Still down. So I thought I would utilise this bit of downtime productively by talking to you guys. But what about? Well, okay, there's a few things we could discuss in this little glorious halcyon in-between time. Stuff's arriving today. Yeah, there's a mask arriving, which you're going to see. I did allude to it in the previous video. But there's lots of things in the offing. A review later on tonight, hopefully, if I get time to do it, will be on David Cronenberg's awesome 1980-81 sci-fi thriller, horror, chiller, body horror, Scanners. Yes, we all love it. It's a cult favourite, of course. So if you've got the chance, between now and that video coming out, have a little watch if you've got it. So we're all singing from the same brain exploding, head erupting hymn sheet. I love it. So we're going to go in depth on that one. But what else we've got this time together? There was something on TV last night which the Kilted Clan, difficult to say that, the Kilted Clan sat down to watch together. We don't normally do that unless it's a Liverpool game playing. We don't tend to be in the same room together. But this, I don't know. We were all there, and it just came out the blue, and it was it was Ross Kemp. Now, in the UK, you all know who Ross Kemp is. No introduction necessary. But anywhere outside the UK, Ross Kemp is a soap star. Always plays the hard man, baldy head, squat, tight t-shirt so his arms look huge, but he's a little squat, pot-bellied fuckwit. And no, he's great. He's great. He was in EastEnders, which I never watched, but he's been in enough things since to know who the hell he is. And he's done this thing, his new career on TV. He goes out as the hard man to go and he'll train alongside SAS. He will go with armed response units. He'll go on drugs raids. He'll go behind bars to interview serial killers and, maximum security inmates. He'll go out to tackle knife crime on the streets. To give you like a bird's eye view, of these things and what, the security forces have to put up with. And they're great little fly on the wall documentaries. They're great, And he does come across as a very likeable guy. He does. And the one last night was on the Millennium Dome Diamond Heist from the year 2000, November 7th. And this was like, I barely remembered it. Don't forget, year 2000, Y2K, Millennium Bug and all this. The big Millennium Dome is there. Lots of things were taking place there. It was a huge event, extravaganza. And but he was going on about this, the untold story of this attempted diamond heist. They had an exhibition in there of diamonds, big, I don't know nothing about diamonds, Christ almighty. I just know that, he used dilithium crystals to power the USS Enterprise, and lightsabers are made out of diamonds or so, I don't know, Christ almighty. But anyway, and they had this big fuck off diamond like that, like the Dark Crystal. It was fucking huge, this thing. De Beers, they're called, and this whole thing was inside there, a public exhibition of all these diamonds. But the flying squad, that's the Sweeney, basically, the British ultra brick hard coppers, armed to the teeth, go undercover, surveillance. They knew this gang was going to go in there to try and take these diamonds, and they're going to do it in broad daylight. And because this gang had done a couple of outrageous attempts to take out, these big bank vans, these armoured cars full of, I think the first time there was £10 million in there. Then there was another attempt, there was 8 million or 9 million in there. But they would block a road off, they'd wear full combat gear, have automatic weapons, but they had these vehicles, Mad Max style, reinforced and customised, with great big huge fucking spikes on them, so they could ram into these armoured cars, puncture them, and obviously get away with the cash. But on both occasions they were foiled, but they got away with it. They got away with nothing, but they didn't get arrested. But the cops were onto them, and they knew that they were going to plan something big for this year. And with a lot of months worth of surveillance, they were working out. They could see them casing the Millennium Dome, so they knew, right, it's going to be in here. What could it be? Well, it's got to be the diamonds, hasn't it? They're going for the big one, the Diamond Haul. And the way that the documentary was cut together, Ross Kemp was interviewing members of the armed response unit, is it SO9 or SO10? I don't know who these guys are. I know military stuff. I don't know the civilian law enforcement special forces, but these are armed response guys and girls, and they knew that these guys were going to use some kind of heavy machinery to do this. They filmed them casing the joint. They even knew new members who were joining this gang of older guys. These were guys in their 40s, 50s, maybe even older, and but hardened criminals, tough motherfuckers, you know. And in the documentary, a bit like Ocean's 11 and other crime movies I can't think of, they were doing that sort of split screen thing, images just of Ross Kemp walking down the street to interview an ex-member of this police force, who's now going to come clean about what really happened. By the way, I don't know, that's the wedding march, but it's from Howard Blake and Queen, because this is Flash Gordon. Yeah, I'm in that kind of mood today. Camp sci-fi extravaganza, But so it's kind of engrossing to watch this. These guys were going to use hard machinery to get in there, but their getaway was going to be on a speedboat down the Thames. I mean, it is pure movie style heist. It's Mission Impossible epic style stuff. So, and they had loads of footage of all of this. Obviously, the team they knew when they were going to do it, and so they were all lying in wait. They've got a team of heavily armed coppers in it. They built up down below in the corridors beneath a fake partition, a fake wall, and they're all day and night hiding there, waiting for the go sort of call on the radio. And they've got coppers everywhere else around there. They've also got a fully armed unit on a fast boat, to try and catch if they did get to the speedboats, because they were going to get in there, do the heist, get out, go in via vehicle, come out and get on the boat, and off they'd go. And they knew where they'd go as well, but they want to pounce on them in the act, obviously. So what was the vehicle they were going to use to get in there? It's a fucking JCB. And you see this thing, bright yellow, with big fucking bucket on the front, it's scoop thing, bouncing down the road, going, and it turns into the Millennium Dome approach roads and all that. And they've got coppers who were inside the gates, female ones who were just like there, waiting. Next thing, it fucking comes flying through the reinforced wall, or the gate, smashes through the gate, and then drives into the Millennium Dome itself. Boom, 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 boosh! These guys just get out of the way in time, and then there's two occupants of the JCB lash smoke grenades out, and then they leg it into the actual the exhibition itself. And because there's people there, people obviously were running around and all that, and they've got sledgehammers, and the only weapon they had was a nail gun. They've been armed before, but they weren't armed this time. So they're using a nail gun, and even though it's bulletproof glass and safety, strengthened glass, a nail gun will break that, and so the glass does fracture. So then the sledgehammers come in, and they're in there. This big fucking diamonds go, give it your best shot, motherfucker. And anyway, then they get go. The police downstairs storm upstairs en masse, like a bunch of Beatles, heavily armed Beatles with HK, Heckler and Koch, SG9s and all that, and obviously take everybody out, and these guys don't offer any resistance. They take them all down. You see all this, it's great. And you've got the guy in the speedboat who's waiting there. Should be here by now. I've heard wreckage and shouting and screaming. Must be going well. And then just around the corner, this police speedboat this rigid raider, weighted down by about 30 fucking heavily armed cops, comes round the jetty. He's like, oh, fucking hell, you know, Jesus, you know, I'm just collecting crabs. So they took them all, caught them all. But the clincher was this, that the diamonds in there, because they knew this was going to go down, they weren't the real diamonds, they were fake diamonds. And that got me thinking, well, say these guys had actually got away with it, and they've got they've got fake diamonds which are no use to anybody, just paperweights really, and you caught them, what are you going to charge them with? Because, you know, okay, you know, driving, reckless driving, you know, totally mad control over a JCB in a public area, endangering public life, criminal damage, but theft of diamonds, well, you couldn't do them for that because they weren't real diamonds. So what was the point behind that? You know, in a court, a proper lawyer is going to really make mincemeat of that. Well, they didn't steal the De Beers diamonds, did they? They just stole some fake diamonds. Not a crime, really, is it? So it's kind of weird. Also, that does not place a lot of trust in our security forces there, does it? If, like, well, look, we've got literally about 40 armed men to take out 4 or 5 potentially armed criminals. And all these on speedboats and fucking, you know, everywhere, surround them all, take them all down. It's not putting much trust in their abilities. If, like, well, just in case, we'll put fake diamonds in there. So what crime have they actually committed? It is just criminal damage. They're all serving time now, but it's not a great deal of time, to be honest. I think one of them died before he even got to prison because he was that old and he was, I don't know, ill health and all that. But they try to tout it as being like, you know, these old guys. You can sense a movie being made of this, although really, what would be the point? Because there's no success in it, is there? They didn't get anywhere with this. And they were pinged right from the start with 2 previously failed heists, which had just gone completely wrong. So, I don't know. But it was fun to watch. But I love the way that they used this big clincher, this sort of like at the end. And it was all for nothing because the diamonds weren't even real. They were fake. They'd been replaced by just charlatan versions. But as I was saying before, what crime is that then? If you steal some fake diamonds, is that actually still a crime? It's not quite the same thing, is it? If they got away with it and then got caught afterwards, well, what have you got? Well, I've got this. It's great. It's the second biggest diamond in the world. It's from Krypton, you know. Well, actually, it's not. It's from Halfords. I've just sprayed some WD-40 on it to make it shine and glisten in the light. I don't know, folks. Let's just see. Ooh. Shit, it's back on. Well, you got a bit of a story at least, didn't you? Right, folks, I've now got to crack on with saving the world from inept criminals and fake diamonds. I have been and always shall be Kilt-Man. If you get a chance, watch Scanners because we're going to discuss that later. And hopefully, a new mask has arrived. Because while I was discussing this before, the doorbell went. So someone has arrived with something. So folks, in the meantime, and the oceans and oceans of in-between time, please be happy, be healthy. Plan your heists with a bit more foresight. But trust no one. There's always someone on the inside. And I'm going to see you all. Laters! Ross Kemp. Hard potato head.